So if you are in pre-calc now, how many sophomores right now? Sophomores, how many juniors? Great, okay. Juniors, we're gonna have the option of one more year, obviously, right? So we all have 4 options next year, 4. This first one, math modeling, is gonna be easy, okay? This is really a cool course though that Mr. Richards teaches, and it's all real world math. And it's literally like, oh, here's a budget of either $300 or $10,000. Go plan a trip. You could fly, you could camp, you could drive, you could go on a cruise. You've got to go to amusement parks. You've got to spend 95% of your budget, or you got to buy a car. You got to get a loan, or you got to do your taxes. We got to check your credit. It's like all real world stuff, all project based, no homework or anything like that. Just like a fun, non-traditionally math, just good to get another. If you had some time in your schedule, do it. If not, I understand, because you guys are way beyond, say, that type of math, but it's really good stuff to think about. Another option we have is AP Calc. That is taught by me, and that's what I'm obviously prepping us for with honors pre-calc. But calc is hard, okay? Calc is hard, and if you're not interested in doing something with STEM after high school, you do not need to be miserable and go through calc. You don't need to be miserable. If you're like, I don't want to do sciencey, mathy stuff beyond high school, great. Don't worry about it. You don't need to do this. Another option is doing AP Stats. And these are words straight from Miss Meister. This is no matter what you plan on majoring in, you will need 1 stats credit at least. This class and this class get you the exact same credit, Stats 1. AP Stats is going to be harder than this course. AP Stats might look a little better to a college on an application because it's at that AP level as opposed to the College Credit Plus. AP is like worldwide. College Credit Plus is Ohio State, Columbus State, more locally known, but you'd still get that credit. But here's what I don't want you to think. If you're taking like 4 AP classes, you're like, oh, I got to do AP Stats to look good as my 5th AP. No, you don't. Like at that point, it's too much, okay? So these, again, get you the same credit. This one really doesn't have homework. And this is good if you're not really interested, again, in that STEM field. But again, I've had a lot of kids that are like, no, I want to go STEM, but I'm doing so many other APs that I might do this one to guarantee I get my stats credit. And you don't have to take an end of the year test to get the stats credit. The only way you get the stats credit here is by passing the AP test with a 3, 4, or 5 on it. You know what I mean? So this one, again, it's like you're going to sit through that whole year and you still might not even get that stats 1 credit. So there's no shame in this at all. If you are planning on going like biology, data science, computer science, she's saying you're going to have a better understanding of stats in this course. It's going to go deeper, but it's going to be harder, okay? So those are options for everyone. If you're currently a sophomore, after AP Calc, if you were interested, and you're like, okay, I kind of want to do engineering. Engineering, guess how many calculuses you need? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So this would be what you could do senior year. If you're like, I might want engineering, I'm not quite sure. This would be Calc 1. Again, AP Calc is Calc 1. You got to pass the AP test to get that Calc 1 credit. It's kind of the same as this guy. With these two, you just pass the class and you get Calc 1 credit and you get Calc 2 credit, semester 1, semester 2. The nice thing about if you're a sophomore right now, if you were to get through these, Calc 2 is often what they call like a gatekeeper to get into a lot of majors. Calc 2 is really hard, okay? But if you can pass that, and again, you're sophomore right now, if you were to pass that in high school, then really any major will be an option for you, okay? If you're taking this, so I was a senior when I took AP Calc. I was a senior. So for my juniors, I was you. My senior year, I took AP Calc. It was hard. It was hard for me. I had to work my tail off, and I did okay. I didn't do great. It was just really hard. So regardless, when I went to Penn State, I had already taken AP Calc as a senior in high school. I took 1151 again my freshman year because I was like, ooh, I know I gotta go Calc 1, 2, 3, and 4. I need a good foundation to make sure I pass this one. So I just want you to know, my juniors, if you're taking this with me next year, there is no shame in starting your freshman year of college in this class right there. That's what I did. Just make sure I built that solid foundation to do well the second semester. My sophomores, that's why we do this. This is gonna be the same class-ish. Anything in college takes a whole year class, and you have to do it in a semester. So this is all of AP Calc plus some stuff by December, right? So it's just really condensed, moves fast. That's why this one is really hard, because you're used to doing things over a whole year. Oh no, I'm sorry, this is a whole year's worth of content in half of a year. So it's like a learning curve. So I don't expect anyone to be like, I know exactly what I'm doing. I've already thought about my whole schedule. Today is really just, let's start brainstorming. And what I have is a form that I'm going to fill out that says Lizzie Smith, whatever class we think would be best for her. I'm going to sign it. You're going to take it home. Your parent's going to sign it. You're going to sign it. Then you're going to bring it back. Some kids, I didn't give this yet to today because we were having the convo and they're like, I want to talk with Dr. Lee and Mr. Johnson and kind of see what my schedule is going to look like more next year before we commit. Great, not a problem. It's literally January 10th and I've started this conversation. I know I'm super early on it, but I just really want us to start thinking. So when I meet with you one-on-one, maybe we will start kind of building out your schedule, because I also want it to be a good balance. I don't want you to take 6 AP courses because you'd be miserable. You know what I mean? So that's kind of my plan with that. And we'll just start thinking about schedules.